All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight. Take two this time. Take two of what is going to be the NASCAR Xfinity Series season opener for Season 2 for NASCAR Heat 5. Doing the regular season stages this time around. I explained that earlier tonight, as most of you guys know, as well as late in the video last night. Had a little bit of technical difficulties that are now cleared up. That was probably the biggest oof moment I think I've ever had on the channel. So I didn't plug my phone in like I thought I did, and like I knew I had to. And all of a sudden, I was using my... I saw my phone dying like right in front of me. So I put it on the charger and I couldn't save it quick enough, so the stream ended. Yeah, so welcome everybody back here. Evan Board 23, Joshua White, Jeffrey Dunn, Billy Kramer, Braden Thompson. Welcome everybody. All right, so again, yeah, we had the vote, and the vote was tied between Chase Briscoe and Austin Cindric before we went. So I don't know if we want to re-vote here or if we're just going to go off of both of those two. It's up to you guys. I guess I'm going to set the timer for 60 seconds here, and we're going to get this going here tonight, because I guess we're a little bit behind schedule after that happened there. Garrett Master 2000, welcome to the stream also. Do it for Dale. So we got one BJ McLeod. We got two BJ McLeod, two for Dale Jr. so far. Briscoe, Cindric, R6, welcome back. Patrick Shadley, welcome back. If I DNF at stage 3, you won't get stage points, just a warning. Yeah, so I plan on doing points myself again if that were to happen, because that is not very accurate throughout the course of the season. That could mess with the whole playoff standings come that time also. So I'll probably be doing points myself just to keep away from that from the first time we DNF. Cheers the champ, welcome to the stream. Dana Sports, welcome back also. Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream. We got another Dale Jr. vote. Mayonnaise man. 2 for Cindric, a Briscoe, a Dale Jr. I see most of you guys are changing your picks from where you wanted. Because we were tied between Briscoe and Cindric there after you guys were changing your picks before, but BJ McLeod's car, yeah, I'll go to it real quick once I find it. I don't even know what number he drives in the Xfinity Series. I know he's in here somewhere. I probably skipped him. Oh yeah, I did skip him. What? Okay, so he's in the 6 car, but it shows he's in the 78 on there. I don't even know. Probably because Benny Miller's in the 78, maybe. I have no clue why that's the case there. We got 4 Dale Juniors. Yeah, that's looking like it's the way to go. We don't have more than 2 for everybody else. The Hellman's Mayonnaise, number 8, Dale Jr. is coming back. Well, we'll try to get Junior a win at Daytona once again. I guess that's what it's looking like here. We let the people speak for who I was going to be for the Xfinity Series final season for NASCAR Heat 5. And Junior Nation has spoken out on the channel tonight. 120 laps, 300 miles in the NASCAR racing experience, 300 here tonight. Aztep, welcome to the stream. We are picking Dale Jr. So, Junior Nation has spoken up on the chat here tonight, it looks like. After an error with the my phone dying while having the mobile hotspot on, giving you guys a chance to pick Dale Jr. because otherwise it was either going to be Briscoe or Cindric because they were tied at 3 on the last one, and we were about to break the tie, and then my phone died all of a sudden because I didn't have a charger like I thought. CW2288, welcome to the stream. That does not look like Dale Jr. at all. Well, I mean, it kind of... Not really. The beard is spot on. Everything else is off. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Maybe a closer glance it might look like him. No, that was not the case. All right. Well, here we go. Here tonight. No qualifying, no practice. Dale Jr. will be starting at the back for the NASCAR Racing Experience 300 season opener for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Yeah, rain delay before the... Yeah, we had the jet dryers out on the racetrack, and we had to wait for them to get off for the start of the race. Cesar Vaccarello looking like he might be pretty fast for today's race. Landon Castle will be starting at the rear in the 89 car, and Chase Briscoe on the pole to start the season at Daytona. So here we go. Can Dale Jr. get his third career NASCAR Xfinity Series championship by the end of the season? We'll find out. We had a battle for the ages throughout the course of last season, not only for the regular season title, but the championship overall. As the green flag is in the air, the Xfinity Series final season for NASCAR Heat 5 is underway. 30 laps in Stage 1, another 30 laps in Stage 2, making up a 60-lap final stage of the race. Wow, that inside checked up. Junior saw it coming too, and he jumped to the outside. And now the outside checks up down the back straightaway all of a sudden. Nowhere to go right now. Junior does not want to go 3 wide up the middle on the opening lap of the race. Behind him. Luckily enough, so he's not going to lose the draft here. Now down to the inside, 3 wide going into the tri-oval. Opening lap of the race in the books at Daytona here tonight. On a Friday night for the Xfinity Series at Daytona. And our Daytona 500 will be coming up tomorrow. Oh boy, Landon Castle pulls a late block there on Dale Jr. Down on the bottom of the track. Jr. had a big side draft on the 20 car there of Harrison Burton down the back straightaway as well to try to slow down that run on the outside as much as he could. Junior going to try to get underneath Castle off of turn 2. He does. 3 wide there. He's got a good pull, though, up that 90 car of Vaccarello up in front of him. We saw an upset winner in the truck race last night. Clay Greenfield won it on fuel mileage. Who will win this race here tonight in the Xfinity Series? And will we have another upset winner? A win and you're in the playoffs? As long as you point your way inside the top 20 at the end of the regular season with that said win. And the rest, obviously, will fill in on points. 10 drivers make the Truck Series playoffs, 12 in the Xfinity Series playoffs. Both playoffs for each series, 7 races long. Brandon Jones all over the back of Dale Jr. here. And this inside line starting to slow up through turns 1 and 2 a little bit. The middle and upper line is starting to get the edge. Inside, staying a little bit more organized, though. Gaining back some of that ground through 3 and 4. Now there's like nobody in the outside lane now in the middle of the pack. From about 15th back through 20th. Until we get down the back straightaway, and then all of a sudden we're there. No, we are going to use Ryan Blaney for the Cup Series. Starting in the Daytona 500 tomorrow. That is all locked in. 25 laps to go in stage 1. Noah Gragson getting pushed by his boss, Dale Jr. of all people right now at Daytona. Gragson won the Xfinity Series opener at Daytona this season, in real life of course, and have to see how this one's going to go here today. Junior trying to get underneath him. And with Daniel Hemrick running all these races for this Xfinity Series season, it's almost like Junior Motorsports has a 5th car, with Junior also running for the season championship here. Nice, Billy. Yeah, I was able to get on the golf course too. I got off of work late again today, and I'm like, I'm not missing golf 2 days in a row. And by the time I got out there, I played 7 holes walking on a fairly decent long course to walk. It's not overly long, but I ended up, I only got through 7 holes, and I was only 2 over par, but it was just getting too dark to see, and I had to stop. I wanted to finish out because I was only 2 holes away, but it was getting way too dark. But I finished it in 44 minutes total time. I walked 7 holes. I mean, I was like power walking. I was like running when I had to drop my bag. I was doing everything I could to get that round, and I still was only 2 over par at that point. You're rushing everything. So I'll finish up the last 2 holes tomorrow, and then I'll start my next round, just to see where I at score-wise for that round yesterday. Same course. I'm a member there, so they don't care. Have been for 5 years now, I think. Meanwhile, Dale Jr. has now cracked the top 5. Or sorry, the top 10 rather. He's in 8th place as we speak. He's running the outside. Only 3 cars in that outer lane in the top 10 right now. Dale Jr., Tommy Joe Martins, and I believe Ryan Sieg is in front of Martins. And now more cars down the back straightaway pull to the outside. Jr. getting the run up the middle in between Martins and Josh Williams in the 92 is in that inside lane. And now more cars on the outside up ahead. I believe it is Ross Chastain up there. Jr. to the back bumper is Sieg. He gave him a shot, and Sieg got tight off the exit in turn 4, but he stays in the gas. Bowser, welcome to the stream. Austin Hill with the block on Sieg to the top side of the racetrack. Kind of stalling that momentum out. Justin Haley in the top 10, trying to get up there with his colleague racing teammate. Man, Michael Annett and Chastain aggressively side drafting there. Junior tries to go back up the middle again. This time it's between Sieg and Justin Haley. Wants to get to the bottom in front of Haley. He's just not quite able to do it. He does clear Sieg on the outside. Chastain's got no help in front of him anymore. So whoever was in front of him has just dropped a second. Junior's trying to stall the inside line, the center of the corner. Side drafting Justin Haley down there. And you can see Junior's getting a big run on the outside now, in line behind Chastain. Oh, and a huge run. Takes it to the middle and gets to the inside in front of the 92 of Williams. Great move by Junior. One of the better restrictor plate racers of all time. Trying to get it done once again here today. And he moves up to 4th with a big run to the back of one of his other race cars up at the front of the field here. Michael Annett in the 1. Tries to go to the outside to get around him. Jeff Green in 2nd place. Chase Briscoe, the pole sitter, is leading. 19 laps to go in stage 1. Junior not going to get a lot of help up there. Drops back down to the bottom. And the train game continues. Pretty much through the most part inside the top 10, and now Junior gets to the inside of Annett. Cindric had 3 votes. We ended up getting 4 votes there with Dale Jr. when we restarted the stream. As soon as I restarted, I saw in the chat nothing but Dale's down in the chat, and Dale Jr. ended up getting it done. Junior Nation spoke up tonight at the last second. Caution's out for the first time tonight at lap 13 with Briscoe in the lead. Dale Jr. from 35th starting spot already up to 3rd. How many subscribers do you need to live stream? You could live stream with 0 subscribers if you really wanted to. I don't know if you're able to live stream if it's set for kids. I'm not entirely sure how that works. But yeah, I mean, that's how I got started, was by live streaming, so I would have had to have started with 0. Gonna stay out, keep the track position here. I don't believe I've seen anybody new join the chat there. I think it's 100. No, yeah, you could start live streaming before then, because obviously I've been doing it since I started the channel. Green flag back in the air as Chase Briscoe will lead the field to the green. Dale Jr. on the inside, 3 wide to the bottom. He wants to take the lead for himself for the first time tonight as we're halfway through stage 1. He got a good jump. Let's see if he can clear him into 1 and 2. He does, as Briscoe has to drop in line now behind Dale Jr. It's a little loose getting up to speed through 1 and 2 there. Not a big lead either. And we'll see if he can lead his first lap of the race. Briscoe looking to the outside. He's got Michael Annett in the 1 car behind him, and Justin Haley with a good restart on the bottom, picking up spots right along that double yellow line. From the rear to the front. For Dale Jr., it took 17 laps to do it, but he'll lead his first lap of the race and the season at Daytona. Justin Haley moves to the outside now. Boy, that 11 car looks strong. We've seen Colleague Racing have some very fast super speedway cars in the last couple seasons. And in the early going of the race, Haley looking like a favorite. Chastain's been in the top 5 for the most part also. Haley with a big run on the outside. He's got Annett behind him, but they're not really well organized. Haley's getting a lot of this run all by himself. Justin Haley to the lead. And one of Junior's teammates from his self-owned program, Michael Annett, will give him a shot. Haley did lead his first lap of the race at the line by inches over Junior. Junior, though, back to the front in turns 1 and 2. Michael Annett in second. So we'll see. We've seen DEI cars back when Dale Jr. dominated the super speedways in the early 2000s. Worked together. They were tough to pass when they got linked up, and we'll see if that'll be the same here for Junior Motorsports. But the difference is Annett already gets washed up to the outside. Austin Hill in the 61 car to the bottom as they aggressively side draft for second. Another lead change at the line this time. Junior back out in front. Favorite college football team is the University of Michigan. The Wolverines. I'm only like an hour 15, hour 20 minutes from Ann Arbor. It's definitely the closest Power 5 school that I live next to. Obviously, the University of Toledo's in the MAC conference. I'm like a half hour from them. I also live at like 20-25 minutes away from Bowling Green State University, and they're also in the MAC. But kind of cool to root for them, especially at the beginning of the year. They're playing the non-conference schools in the bigger conferences, trying to get that funding for their teams. I think BG beat Tennessee like a year or two. No, it wasn't that recently. It was probably closer to 4 or 5 years ago, because they've been pretty bad the last couple years. But yeah, they beat Tennessee in the SEC like season opener back when Matt Johnson was their quarterback. Jacob Westbrook, welcome to the stream. Michael Annett, Austin Hill, side by side. And you can see how aggressively everybody's side drafting early in the race. How about Chase Briscoe trying to go up the middle? We know he's got a strong car. He's qualified on the pole. He led a lot of laps at the very beginning of the race before Junior was able to get to the lead. But Michael Annett on the outside is going to take the lead away from his teammate. Just 10 laps to go in stage 1. Austin Hill just hung out Junior to dry into turn 1. 3 wide for second place with Junior in the middle. And now going to get the push from Briscoe. Everybody needs to hold their line. Man, he was just able to. Luckily, he had Haley cleared when he moved back up the racetrack. Chastain all over the back bumper, the 61 of Hill. Oh, Junior just couldn't squeeze in between Chastain and Gregson, but Gregson goes high instead to help his teammate out. Gregson loses a little ground with Briscoe side drafting him. They're 3 wide back out of Junior's rear view. Gregson trying to fight him off on the top, and now Junior with a big run on the bottom behind Chastain. Looks high. Now trying to get a draft off Michael Annett. Man, look at the run this 8 car has. Pretty much by himself, but the run stalls out. And cautions out again at lap 22. Second caution of the race. And we'll have even less laps to go in stage 1 when we go green. And again, everybody at the front of the field staying out, keeping the track position, hopefully trying to get some stage points. And the only car to hit pit road is Landon Castle towards the rear of the lead lap. Thanks for everybody tuning in here. We got 11 people currently watching. We are about to go green following the second caution of the race, both in stage 1. Here we go, green flag back in the air. Michael Annett will lead the field to the green. 6 laps to go in stage 1. Who will get the stage win? Junior trying to push Austin Hill and get the outside rolling. He gave him a nice shot. Now here comes Noah Gregson, teammate of Junior's. Junior could not stay behind the 61 of Hill, though. And Michael Annett takes off on the inside lane. Meanwhile, Tommy Joe Martins moves up to the outside down the back straightaway. Junior wants to get to the bottom. Not able to do it, though. With a car to the inside of Cesar Baccarola in the 90, as well as Chad Fincham in the 13. Oh, Annett with the block to the top there, off of turn number 4. 5 laps to go in stage 1 at Daytona. Who will win the opening stage of the season? Junior's just kind of stuck up there on the outside. And now he gets out of the gas to find his way back down to the bottom. Smart move. Leaving just 2 cars on the outside in front of him. Oh, almost contact back there between Baccarola and Harrison Burton in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Michael Annett leads. Ross Chastain trying to pull the bottom. Annett pulls the block, though, into turn 3. Junior trying to make a run to the inside, just can't quite do it. Trying to push Chad Fincham up there, but I don't think the 13 car's got the speed. Andrew Hollenbach, Amari P, welcome to the stream. Junior needs a little bit more help behind him. Austin Hill's trying to side draft him through 1 and 2, and it's pulling him back. And Junior's having a tough time trying to stick to the back bumper of the 13 all of a sudden. Now he has him cleared. Now he's got him cleared. Junior with a big run to the outside. He pulled back that 13 car. Oh, he's going to lose a lot of ground, though. Unless he's able to get in line in between the 13 and the 61, but he wasn't able to do it. Big closing rate by the 61 of Austin Hill. Junior's going to lose a couple spots. Back to 6th now in front of Briscoe. 3 laps to go in stage 1. Couple cars move high. Junior to the inside of Martins. Martins almost door checked Junior. If a caution comes out, the stage will come to an end prematurely. We saw that twice in the truck race last night. Austin Hill trying to pinch Dale Jr. down, and Chastain keeps trying to go for the lead on the one of Michael Annett. He's just not able to quite get under him, though. Jr. back up to 4th. All over the back of the 13 of Fincham. Top 4 slowly breaking away from Austin Hill on back. 2 laps to go at the line. Can Michael Annett win the opening stage of the season? Chastain and Fincham staying hooked to that double yellow line. So is Junior. Can they work as a team to get around Annett? Junior might go with Annett, though, if he gets hung out to dry, knowing that they're teammates. At least try to get one of these 2 Junior Motorsport cars to the win in this opening stage. Tried to peek out. Junior trying to get under Fincham. Oh, big side draft. I don't think they made... Oh, well, now they made contact. Junior got tight in the center of the corner. After trying to side draft Fincham, he's up to 3rd, but he lost a lot of ground. Back behind him now is Austin Hill. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go in stage 1. Big run by Junior. Huge run. Now to the outside of Chastain. Oh, but he... Oh, no, he about turned his teammate. And Junior's in the wall. A lot of ground lost. Annett trying to pull the block on Junior, who had the run on the outside. And that was almost a Junior Motorsport catastrophe into turn 1 as Annett lost a ton of momentum, but he hangs on to the lead into turn 3. Junior falls back to 5th. That's where he will finish in stage 1. Off of turn 4 for Michael Annett. Can Chastain beat him back to the line? He looks high. Hill goes in line to follow, but he can't get him. Michael Annett will win stage 1 here at Daytona. Ross Chastain 2nd, Austin Hill 3rd, Briscoe 4th, Dale Jr. in 5th, Joe Graff Jr., Tommy Joe Martin, CJ McLaughlin, Ray Black Jr., and Brandon Brown all received stage points in the opening stage of the season. We almost had the big one on the final lap of stage 1. Junior had a heck of a run on the outside into turn 1, and that pulled a late block and somehow kept the lead through all of it, but Junior ended up in the wall. Very fortunate, not only there wasn't a big accident, but that Junior is still in the race, because that could have easily knocked him out of it early. Green flag back in the air. He lost a spot on pit road. In fact, it'll be Landon Castle leading the field to the green. Remember, he pitted under that second caution back in stage 1. Junior finds himself 3 wide middle on the restart. Oh, contact with Austin Hill. That's going to slow him up even more. That inside line stayed way more formed. Once Junior pulled to the middle, it really stalled out the outside, and Junior falls back to about 9th now. Andrew, the career mode suggestions, it's not a completely bad idea, but I don't plan on doing that. I don't want to waste my time with it. There's other things I'd like to get through with the channel, and I thoroughly enjoy these full race live streams. I'm trying to get the realistic broadcast, because again, the end goal of the channel, and the reason why I started the channel, is I want to get into broadcasting, so kind of the first foot in the door again, as I mentioned before. Oh boy, Junior about got turned by Brandon Brown down the back straightaway, but anyway, yeah, that I don't want to really do any more career mode videos than what I already have to. I promise you guys a career mode though. And there should be another video this weekend that might be live streamed. It would definitely be a challenge, that is for sure. I would not be surprised if I went winless. 25 laps to go already in stage 2. As it is Chase Briscoe who has found himself in the lead again. Chastain in second. Dale Jr. will pass McLaughlin now for third. Michael Annett, your stage 1 winner, is fading back pretty quickly. Chastain trying to get the run, but instead it's Jr. who gets the run under Chastain. And Dale Jr. will move up to second place. We saw in the truck race how hard it was to pass the lead car, and you're seeing that in the Xfinity race here tonight as well. Junior's got a big run on the back of Briscoe, but nowhere to go with it. Not enough help behind. Chastain is a couple car lengths back. Junior gonna have to get a run by himself if he wants to get around Briscoe. Junior had to block the run Chastain had after Chase Briscoe had a big pull away from Dale Jr. Jr. just wasn't able to keep up with the 98 car there. Briscoe definitely looks like he's got one of the better cars today, if not the best car in the field. And it's going to take a couple guys working together to beat him here in this one. Briscoe hung up on the outside. Dale Jr. to the inside with help behind from Castle and a couple other cars now. As they all fade to the bottom into turns 1 and 2. Briscoe hung out to dry, and that's what I just talked about. Teamwork is going to have to be in effect to beat that 98 car today. And now Castle, let's go. He's going to let the 13 of Fincham push him. And look at Briscoe getting the run on the outside again. He's got help from Ross Chastain. But Dale Jr. should be able to lead the lap at the line, make it an official lead change. So far, only 2 lanes up at the front of the field that Junior's trying to hold intact behind him. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today here in Stage 2 as Junior leads again at the line. 20 laps to go in Stage 2 at Daytona for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. This is not a custom schedule season. We're doing the regular 2020 schedule that was supposed to be put in place before COVID happened. Oh man, big run. Junior got loose on the inside off of turn 2. Briscoe was already there, but that's going to allow him to clear Dale Jr. going off into turn 3 down to the bottom of the racetrack, but Junior's all over his back bumper. So Briscoe hangs out Chastain to dry after Ross Chastain pushed the 98 back to the lead. Junior, though, back to the inside of the 98 and Briscoe off of turn 4, but he didn't get help from behind him. Landon Castle pulls out of line. Chad Fincham now underneath of Castle, and Briscoe is pulling back away just enough. It's amazing how fast that car is. And he finished 4th in Stage 1. He is looking to win Stage 2. Briscoe riding the outside though through 3 and 4. Junior trying to leave the bottom. Tommy Joe Martins in the 44 car back up inside the top 3. He gets to the back bumper of Junior off of turn 4, trying to help him out and give him a shot. Briscoe's got to see that. He's got to pull down if given the opportunity, but he doesn't. He's staying consistent with that outside. That helped him get the lead, though there's no help. Junior's just going to easily get back around him. Oh, no! Not if he can't hang on to the race car. This 8 car's all over the place right now, and Martins is going to get to the lead up the middle in between Briscoe, McLaughlin, and everybody's hanging Junior out to dry on the bottom. Never officially led a lap in that transition. And Junior to the back bumper of Chastain in the 10. 3 wide for third. I don't plan on doing a dirt season. Not with this game, at least. Wow, Chastain aggressively side-drafted Junior. He actually made contact. How tight Chastain was to the bottom of the track. We know Chastain for being a very aggressive driver. He still can't clear Junior, though. He's hanging in there on the bottom. McLaughlin now, who is sticking behind the 44 of Martins for a little bit, decides to go under him. Can't clear him though. Martins tries to pull him back down the front stretch. And now all of a sudden, no, he still can't clear him. I mean, Chastain and Junior have been side by side for a whole 2 laps, and neither one of those two could get away right now. The handling of that A car is just not there either. That can't be helping him out. Now McLaughlin's able to pull up and clear the 44 of Tommy Joe Martins. Finally, Junior is able to clear Chastain for third off of turn 4. Stick back with the normal cam now to the end of stage 2 at least. We'll alternate through the different camera angles again later on in the race within the final stage. Ray Black Jr. is shaking around all over the place, at least through the tri-oval, and I'm not sure if that was because of a push from behind him. Martin's trying to meanwhile get back to the inside of the 93 of McLaughlin again, and he is there in turns 3 and 4. And Dale Jr.'s got a ginormous run. Martin's just able to clear McLaughlin, and here comes Jr. Trying to get to the inside of the 93 himself there, and he just can't quite do it. Now he is there. Gonna side draft him. Off into turn 1. Tommy Joe Martins leading at Daytona. Jr. up to second. Haven't seen him lead many laps today. We are past halfway through stage 2. The Cup Series playoff race at Vegas is Sunday night. Coverage starts at 7 on NBCSN. Now Ray Black Jr. trying to help another junior up at the front of the field. Tommy Joe Martins leads the lap, still 12 to go in stage 2, but the 8 car is coming on the inside. How great would it be if Dale Jr. can get the 8 car back to victory lane at the most historic racetrack in NASCAR. He's definitely back out in front. Junior checking the outside lane there. Another 8 car in the field, Daniel Hemrick. And another Junior Motorsport driver at that, trying to get to the front of the field also. We haven't seen this 8 car do very well when he's out in front. Easily to the outside goes Daniel Hemrick, and he's easily going to be able to clear Junior. If he pulls down to the bottom, he's got the layaway, and Hemrick now to the lead with 10 to go in stage 2. Junior, though, back to the inside again. Pulls him back. 2 8 cars side by side for the lead. Who will get the run needed to take it over now down the back straightaway, as it's a drag race. Ray Black Jr. has locked bumpers now. Oh, man. Hemrick trying to pinch him down going into turn 3. Couldn't do it. Junior trying to side draft him in the center of the corner to pull him back. They're still even off of turn 4. Ray Black Jr. with another shot. Hemrick's just not able to clear him. Hemrick leads the lap at the line, though. I will be calculating the points at least once we DNF for the first time. Because if you do DNF, you don't get scored your stage points. And because you can't look at the actual finish, I mean, you can look at the finishing results, but you can't look at the actual like race stats, who finished where and what stage either. So at least, especially after you DNF, that can become a problem. So yeah, we are going to have to keep track of points in all 3 series myself, because otherwise what the game actually says could be messed up compared to what I might end up doing. So yeah, I am going to have to be doing the points myself here, unfortunately. And we'll see at the end of the regular season if it's accurate or not. But if I DNF just once over the course of any of these seasons, it's going to get messed up. So that's all it takes. But if we don't DNF at all, then it won't get messed up. So got that going for us, I guess. Sam Stone, welcome to the stream. Well, here we go. Caution's out again. That is the 3rd caution for incident tonight. 68 laps to go in the race. We are still in stage, and we should only have 4 laps to go when we go green. Dale Jr. leads, so he's definitely going to stay out of the pits here. Everybody in the top half of the field will stay out trying to get the stage points, hopefully. And actually, nobody is coming to pit road. Even the guys at the rear of the lead lap aren't even going to pit. I'm surprised about that. It's not impossible to drive your way all the way back up there, but it's just very unlikely with this few of laps, unless the big one takes out a lot of guys, which, remember, at the end of stage 1, we almost had the big one when Annette tried to pull a block on Junior on the outside in turn 1. And put Junior in the wall. He was able to keep it going, though he fell back to 5th on the last lap. Green flag back in the air, though. 4 laps to go in stage 2. Junior got a really good jump on the bottom of the racetrack. Easily going to pull ahead of the 07 on the outside. He has help now behind him from his teammate Daniel Hemrick. They're going 3 wide there. Austin Hill got hung out to dry, and the outside just stalled out. Inside line prevails easily. Tommy Joe Martins, who was in 3rd, ducks Or I should say shoots to the outside. Chastain went up there to follow him. Hemrick now to block the run on Martins. Jr. to block Hemrick. Everybody on the outside now through the top 4 into turns 3 and 4. So from the inside on the train game now to the outside. 3 laps to go this time by. If a caution comes out again before the end of the stage will conclude. The 07 of Ray Black Jr. on the bottom with a big run. Jr.'s going to have to watch it. And he's easily going to get down in front of him down into turn 1. Hemrick leads the outside lane now. He's been good up there. See if he can pull the outside to the lead. With few laps remaining in the stage, who will win stage 2? Annette won stage 1. And here comes Ray Black Jr. to the inside, getting pushed by none other than Chase Briscoe in the 98, who arguably has the fastest car in the field. Jr. gets out of the gas, hops in line on the inside in third, now to be pushed by Alex LeBay in the 36 car. Oh, Briscoe pulls out of line. He tried to loosen up the 07. Briscoe gets hung out to dry. Jr. to the inside. 2 laps to go in stage number 2. Dale Jr. trying to clear Briscoe for second. He can't quite do it. Briscoe pulls him back. And again, LeBay to the back bumper of Dale Jr. So the 2 juniors at the front of the field. You got Ray Black Jr. and Dale Jr. in second. And he's getting way out ahead of the field here as Dale tries to run him down. Trying to get the big run needed through 3 and 4. He's going to get a big run, but will it stall out when he gets to him? Oh, Junior got loose off of turn 4. That's going to stall a little bit of momentum out. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go in stage 2 for Ray Black Jr. Trying to pull off the upset in this stage as Alex LeBay tries to get to the back bumper of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jr. has to keep the car controlled through 1 and 2 if he's going to want a shot down the back straightaway. He's getting a little bit of a run, but he doesn't have any help behind him that he needs to get around him. Can he get to the corner panel at least? He's got the run to the inside. Oh, but he just can't get under him. Ray Black Jr. blocks him off into turn 3. Is that going to be game over? I believe it's going to be. I don't think LeBay is going to get to the back bumper of Junior quick enough. Dale Earnhardt Jr., that is, as they shake around down the front stretch. Ray Black Jr. will win stage 2 at Daytona. Dale Earnhardt Jr. second, Alex LeBay third, Anthony Alfredo fourth, and Josh Williams rounds out the top 5, followed by Miller, McLaughlin, Brown, Mills, and Briscoe. Will all get stage points in stage 2. So Briscoe, who pushed Ray Black Jr. to the lead there with 3 to go, went to the outside to try and make a move for himself for the lead. And he faded all the way back to 10th by the end of the stage. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. Two seasons for each series. I don't want to overlap it and do too many. That's the reason why I did 2. It gives us more time to do older games like NASCAR Thunder 04 once we get that series going. Honestly, it should take us most of the way till around when Heat 6 comes out. Green flag back in the air. Ray Black Jr. wins the race off pit road. Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to lead the outside lane. See, Anthony Alfredo's in line right there. Dale, big side draft on the bottom of the racetrack through 1 and 2. Can he pull the outside on the restart? Alfredo got hung out to dry back there. Oh, Martin, or sorry, not Martin, that is Ray Black Jr. that tried to pull up in front of the 8 car, and I'm not sure if that was the case or maybe Dale just got too aggressive with the side drafting. But there was definitely contact. Alex LeBay up to second. Dale Earnhardt back down to the inside as he sits in third. LeBay to the inside. And LeBay at the line leads the lap. 56 laps to go here tonight at Daytona. Diamond Jeff, I did see your most recent video. Well, I don't know if you posted anything since, but I did see you went to Bristol for the night race a couple weeks ago, or last weekend. Man, that was already only last weekend, but congratulations on that. Hopefully you had a good time. It seemed like it. I did not see the whole thing, but I did see a little bit of it. All by himself that time, no help needed, but Dale Jr. was able to get to the lead off of turn 4, and then McLaughlin came. Another lead change at the line, 55 laps to go. This is the third different time, third or fourth, and Dale Jr. has led. And how about Chase Briscoe? Finished 10th at the end of stage 2. He's all the way back up to third again. That 98 car, let me tell you, has the fastest car in the field, and Jr. got tight off of turn 2. Briscoe is going to push McLaughlin to the lead easily. Jones now pulls in line behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. Big run. Jr. immediately back down to the bottom and clears Briscoe right back with help from Brandon Jones. Jr. to the inside of McLaughlin for the lead. Brandon Jones still there to help in the 19 car. We've had 3 different leaders in the first 3 green flag laps of stage number 3. No more stage racing the rest of the way. Junior back to the front, cautions out. 4th caution for incident tonight with 54 laps to go. Right as Dale Earnhardt Jr. takes the lead once again. Nobody can make it on field to the end for sure here, so everybody at the front of the field definitely going to stay out of the pits. Brandon Brown will hit pit road, and so will Michael Annette, who won stage 1 and is all the way at the back right now. Mike Harmon is the only driver out of the race, by the way, as well. Here we go, green flag back in the air. And this time it'll be Dale Jr. leading the field to the green, much like he did towards the end of that second stage. Just 51 laps to go. We are past halfway here tonight. 7 people watching currently, but thanks everybody for coming out on a Friday night. Again, the Daytona 500 will be tomorrow on the channel for our final Cup season for NASCAR Heat 5. Briscoe quickly to the top side of the track, and he's got the 13 of Fincham right on his back bumper. McLaughlin trying to hold both lanes off right now. Not sure which lane he wants to go to, and because he did not know which way to go, they split him 3 wide. LeBay and Briscoe did, and then they come up side by side, and look at the run Jeff Green's got on the bottom, and Junior's getting way ahead of the pack, and you can see the big run that they're going to get. And meanwhile, here comes Noah Gragson on the bottom. All of a sudden, he's at the front of the field. He knows how to win at this place. Oh, contact, middle of the pack. Alex LeBay made contact with Chase Briscoe as they both kind of faltered their way back as they were going 3 wide, and they somehow did not wreck there as we stay green. Junior leads back at the line again. Junior Motorsports running 1-2 with Earnhardt and Gragson at the front of the field. 49 to go now. Bino, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Oh man, Junior just gets out of shape every now and then, and he got a little shaky there off of turn 2, and it's all it takes. Gragson to the lead, but now he pulls up in front of his boss. Junior Motorsports linking up here. Junior tries to give Gragson a shot. Push. Now he kind of hangs him out. Junior stuck Bay. Oh, back there. fifth caution of the race for incident, and yeah, the field's definitely stacked up. Junior's got 2 seconds, and he's gonna pit. So Dale Jr. all the way at the back now. He elects to hit pit road under the caution. And he'll have to come from the tail, but he does have a couple teammates of Justin Allgaier and Michael Annette back here. Can they work together? Junior needs a good restart. He doesn't want to lose the draft. He wants to get at least one car behind him. He will be able to pass Jesse Little. So that's the one car at least that he needed behind him. And now the outside kind of checks up too, so it's going to help him. And now the inside line checks up. He did not hit Allgaier square, but luckily Allgaier was able to hang on. Middle and upper lanes checking up again down the back straightaway. Junior with a big run to the inside of his teammate Allgaier, and instead choose to follow Michael Annette, it looks like. At the back of the pack. Everybody jockeying for position in the late going at Daytona for the season opener. Of course, a shot at the playoffs is on the line. Ooh, Annette sidetracked and Junior there, not a lot of room, almost got pinched. Has to hold his line, and he did a great job in the center of 1 and 2. Just got to the inside of Annette going down into turn 3. Look at all the ground that Ross Chastain also lost throughout the course of stage 3. Still 43 to go. It is late in the race, but it's not overly late. And everybody will have to pit one more time before the end of the night also. Ooh, a little contact. Colby Howard and Dale Jr. Junior's gone through 3 sets of tires so far tonight, so he still has one more set remaining. Look at all the ground Gregson lost on the restart. He's all the way outside the top 20. Once Ryan Sieg on the bottom gets around him. Tough to tell who exactly is leading the pack right now. Sieg is blocking up that double yellow line. He does not want to come off of it. Junior trying to loosen him up maybe a little bit. If not, he's just willing to push him up there. And again, Junior gets shaky off of turn 2. That's the second time he's done that with Gregson on the outside of him. Now he's going to pull up in front of Gregson. He wanted to lead that 9 car to the bottom, but the 15 of Colby Howard was there late, and Gregson was not able to follow Dale to the inside. We'll alternate through the different camera angles one final time in the race today as we have 41 laps to go mid-pack at Daytona for the NASCAR Racing Experience 300 season opener for the NASCAR Xfinity Series on NASCAR Heat 5. If you're new to the channel and watching, please subscribe. We've got daily NASCAR content such as these full race NASCAR video game live streams with a realistic broadcast. Oh! More contact in turns 3 and 4. I believe it was Josh Bilicki in the 99 to the outside of Dale Jr. who made the contact. They were 3 wide. Austin Hill was above Bilicki. So definitely not a lot of room for Bilicki. And look at the run. Jr. still able to get down the front stretch even after the contact. He is making moves, sticking to that double yellow line. And now he's hooked on Tommy Joe Martins with Mills all over the back of the 8 car. Still 3 wide in the back half of the top 10, and then it kind of straightens itself out just after that little battle, as we see Briscoe is still inside the top 10 in that 98 car for Stewart-Haas Racing. Junior to the inside, and Mills stays behind him instead of trying to work with the 44 of Tommy Joe Martins. 3 wide. Cindric losing a little ground up there. Junior's able to clear him off, though, into turn 3, luckily. Now we got a couple of Earnhardt side by side. Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the bottom, Jeffrey Earnhardt, nephew, on the top. Trying to get around Jeremy Clements. He can do it, and he had a tough time trying able to see where he was going into turn 1. I think it's tough here. Way different from the Cup Series with the much taller rear spoilers. Junior to the outside to get around Clements now, down the back straightaway. Easily has him cleared. He got to the back bumper of the 98 before he moved down, but still going to get underneath Briscoe and clear him through 3 and 4 for 6th now. So Dale Jr. on pressured tires coming up through the field. Big run up the middle for Dale Jr. What a move. To go 3 wide up the middle. He's still 3 wide up the middle. And back down to the bottom, in line behind the 07 who won stage 2. That's Ray Black Jr. in the 07 car. Fincham stays on the bottom right behind Jr. though. I believe that is Jeff Green in the 38 car at the front of the field. Yes, it is. Alex LeBay still holding on to 2nd. Jr. up to 3rd. Followed by Ray Black Jr. and then Chad Fincham rounds out the top 5. And now Junior to the inside of LeBay. Oh, a little contact. Gotta be careful. Almost had aggressive side draft and gone wrong there. There was a slight bit of contact. Luckily it wasn't too heavy. Again, nobody can make it on field to the end of the race. Junior was the only car to pit under that last caution. Strano's racing tonight in the Truck Series. I did not know that, actually. Good for him. Jeff Green is way out ahead of the 8 car of Dale Jr., who is now up to 2nd place. Jr. trying to get a run on him now that he's cleared Alex LeBay. We'll see. We'll stick with the normal camera for the final 35 laps of the race. Big run down the back straightaway for Junior. To the inside of Jeff Green into turn 3. He's there. Big side draft now. Neck and neck. 34 to go. This time by at Daytona. Jeff Green is able to pull him back and clear him. But here comes Fincham now with the push on the back of Junior. They slowed each other up enough that the pack was able to catch him. Junior with another run into turn 1. Back to the inside of the 38 once again. He wants the help from Fincham. Will he get it? Not yet. Green still there. Junior's not able to clear him, and now a push from Fincham, and he lets go, but a little too early. Our car's starting to form up on the outside. And sure enough, it's Chase Briscoe trying to lead the charge up there. Oh, slight contact. Fincham just cannot clear it there, as you can hear the crowd on their feet now. Junior leads the lap at the line, 33 to go. Oh, he about lost the bottom and he about got turned by Fincham, but he holds it. And they're still side by side through the lead. And they're 3 wide now for third. The intensity has picked up at Daytona in the late going. We've seen this at the end of the stages, but realistically, we haven't seen a lot of this today. And again, Fincham lets go. And again, Junior is not clear of the 38 of Jeff Green. Green got a big side draft on the right rear quarter panel off of turn 4. Gonna have to watch Briscoe if he tries to take it 3 wide on the top. Green leads the lap at the line. Another lead change between the two. Well, they almost made contact there. Green got a little loose on the tri-oval. That was Junior's opportunity, and he clears everybody into turn 1. Of course, help from Fincham as well, who now lets go. Junior leads the pack at Daytona. Here comes Josh Williams in the 92 car on the inside. I believe he's got Alex Levain in the 36 behind him. They're 3 wide for second place down into turn 3. Green's got Chase Briscoe behind him, and Briscoe's been fast all night. Probably the fastest car in the field. Still 3 wide. Oh my goodness. Getting dicey. We haven't seen the big one yet today, but we've been close numerous times. We did not have a big one in the truck race last night either. It's been a fairly clean speed weeks through the first race and a half, and now there's contact in second. Fincham is all over the 38. Fincham gets loose. He had to get out of the gas, and here comes Jeffrey Earnhardt in the 0 now to the bottom. The hole opened up for Jeffrey Earnhardt. "30 laps to go." And although they're not necessarily teammates, they are both for Chevrolet, but most importantly, they both have the same last name between Dale Jr. and Jeffrey Earnhardt, both on the bottom of the racetrack. It's going to be tough to get both those cars off the bottom of the track. Junior obviously had to go high down the back straightaway to keep the middle and upper line in check. And now they're side by side instead of 3 wide. 29 to go. Josh Williams has the 13 of Fincham, and Fincham's been a good pusher today. Not necessarily a great lead car. So he does have some speed underneath the hood of that 13 car. A lot of lower funded teams up at the front of the field late. Either looking for their first wins of their career or even a season that could propel themselves to the playoffs. Oh boy, that was a late block back down to the bottom, but a good one nonetheless. That's the last place Junior wants to get beat, is near that double yellow line. Oh, Jeffrey gets shuffled out of line in the middle. Here comes Tommy Joe Martins now in the 44. And they're 3 wide for second place through the tri-oval again. Briscoe now second in line in the middle. No matter what happens, Briscoe seems to be at least within the first few car lengths of the lead. He just keeps switching the lanes, and he's somehow able to hold on to everything. Look at how narrow that is. Contact again down the back straightaway between the 0 and the 92. Earnhardt stalls out that middle lane. Briscoe's losing spots and now ducks to the bottom, but he's about 5 rows back. And now they're side by side again. This is a lot more narrow of a racetrack on these super speedways than even Talladega. And that's why it's so hard to see these guys run 3 wide for very long, and you've seen them make contact numerous times. Oh, loose. Dale Jr. raced 1 race in the Xfinity series this year, so they had him in the game. But that was it. He raced at Homestead, and I think he's been running 1 race a year for the last like 2 or 3 seasons since he retired from the Cup Series. And caution's out. for the 6th time tonight as Josh Williams just took the lead down the back straightaway. Fincham gave him the shot, and Junior fell back to 3rd. Final pit stop of the race today. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel coming. Actually, just a half can of fuel. Be plenty to make it to the end after the caution laps here, and 6 cautions total today. Josh Williams, Chad Fincham, 1-2. We'll get to see who will win the race off of pit road to restart in the lead. Thanks there, Jeffrey. Wow, Junior lost 18 spots on pit road. He might have been the only driver to take tires under the pit stop, and that is likely why he lost all those spots. So the green flag is back in the air again. Good restart, though. He takes it 3 wide to the bottom. And it's middle of the pack, so it's not going to stall out the inside at the front. Though Williams trying to take it 3 wide. He lost a couple spots on pit road, too. Not sure who won the race off of the pits. But Junior's got the freshest tires in the field now. And he's looking to make a run if he can. Outside, stalls out now, down the back straightaway. Allgaier, will he hop in line in front of his teammate? He had a chance, but just hesitated. Could not get down there in time. Justin Haley has just shot the 8 now to the back bumper of Harrison Burton in the 20. Will that be the final caution of the race? Oh man, not a day race like this. Junior got tight off in turn 4, and Haley just kept pushing him up the track. Luckily, he had the 7 of Allgaier clear. Look at all the spots Jeff Green's lost now. He's back to 15th as well as Junior tries to work the middle lane all of a sudden. They're 3 wide up in the top 5. A lot more cars on that inside lane, though. Oh, man, contact. Junior tried to steer clear of the 15. He ran into the side of Justin Haley on the bottom. Oh, my goodness. Very tight. Center of the corner. Junior still in the middle lane, 3 wide. More contact with Haley as he is ping-ponging off of everybody, and somehow they stay green. This is where you can see the big one happen. Just 22 laps to go. I think there was more contact between Haley and LeBay just up ahead as well. Junior to the inside now, finally. And right in line behind Riley Herbst, the rookie in the 18 car. To burn out with only 2 wheels, I don't know how to do that. Like on 2 wheels? Oh man, Herbst got loose. That checked up the inside big time. And now the 90 Baccarella shoots the 8 car to the inside. Heavy contact off of turn 4. Junior has to come back on the racetrack. They're 3 wide through the tri-oval still. Hemrick's car is bottoming out as he's sparking without any contact. That was a scary moment off of turn 4, and we still stay green. Somehow, some way. I mean, they keep racing like this. It's not going to be long. We're going to see a big wreck. We're at lap 100 now. 250 miles into the race. Still another 50 to go. 20 laps to go at the line this time. Briscoe on the outside. Now back down to the inside. So does Harrison Burton. He goes down there as well. I believe that's Justin Haley, next car in front of Dale Jr. Tires should help with the handling of the car, but the speed is going to be equal. Despite the fresher tires on the 8 car. Got about 15 lap pressure tires. Junior to the back bumper of Justin Haley now. Oh, Haley just did not get going. Junior in the middle. To the bottom in front of the 90. And underneath the 98 of Chase Briscoe. As Jeffrey Earnhardt leads the field at Daytona. Dale Jr., meanwhile, takes it 3 wide to the bottom of the track. He's trying to go into the top 10 once again. How did Riley Herbst make it through here? He's up to 7th. Junior's getting a big run through 1 and 2. There's a big gap in between him and Herbst. He's able to get a big draft out of it. Down to the outside. Look at the head of steam Dale Jr.'s got. 204 miles an hour down the back straightaway, and he had nowhere to go with it. And he finds himself in the middle again for contact with Chad Fincham. 3 wide and tight. Junior is loose. He's trying not to make contact because just the slightest of contact could turn a car around easily at this fast of a racetrack. Oh, man! Well, he finds himself back on the bottom. Now they're 3 wide for about 4th place. So top 3 just kind of control their lines as much as they can. Dale Jr. all the way to the bottom. Oh man, they're 4 wide into turn 3. Junior with a heck of a move on the bottom of the track. Look at the run he had. Up to 4th. A 4 wide pass and out to the inside of Jesse Little. Big side draft through the front stretch. Now in line behind Joe Graff Jr. in the 08. 17 laps to go at Daytona. Jeremy Clements leads in the 51 car. Dale Jr. up to 2nd. Finally has driven his way through the pack. Clements got way out ahead of the pack there. Dale Jr.'s got a big run himself now, but he's got no help behind him. So when he pulls out to make the move, you better hope the speed's there. 16 to go. He looked high. Clements goes high to block. Junior goes to the bottom. Clements trying to get there. Couldn't do it. Junior is there on the left rear corner panel. Big side draft now through 1 and 2. Here comes the help on the bottom of the track from Jesse Little in the 4 car, who also started towards the back today, much like Dale Jr. And the push into turn 1. Dale Jr. to the lead, clearing Jeremy Clements on the outside easily. Clements still does not have a lot of help. Actually, he's got no help. But now he's got a couple cars moving in front of him down the front stretch as well as behind. Riley Herbst trying to lead the inside line. Josh Balicki pushing the 4 car of Jesse Little, and here come the 2 on the bottom of Riley Herbst and Harrison Burton. Oh, Junior got loose in 1 and 2, and he washes up the track. Riley Herbst to the lead. The Joe Gibbs affiliated cars, 1, 2. Junior trying to fight back on the outside. He's got the bumper up to 2nd, and he leads the outside lane, but now Little leaves him. And the run is stalled out. Oh no! Junior got loose up in turn 4. More contact with Jeffrey Earnhardt. 14 to go. Will they even make it back to the checker? I'd be surprised if we didn't get another caution. Junior squeezes his way in between the 0 and the 13. Back down to the bottom in 4th. It's the 2 Toyotas and the 2 Earnhardts that might work together here. Jeffrey goes high. Dale Jr. goes with them, but nobody else does. Junior hangs out his nephew to dry on the outside. Hopefully, Jeffrey can get to the bottom behind him, and he does. Junior desperately trying to get around the 20 of Harrison Burton now. He gets to his inside. 13 to go as Riley Herbst still leads the rookie at Daytona, trying to get his first career Xfinity Series win. But he's got one of the more winningest drivers in NASCAR history across all series in NASCAR at Daytona, right behind him in Dale Jr. Down to the inside, down the back straightaway, just not quite able to stay on that left rear corner panel. But Jeffrey Earnhardt follow Dale up to third now. And we'll see if he can give him a push. He's going to attempt it. Riley Herbst, 12 to go in the lead. Junior didn't get the push, but he's still getting a big run into turn one. Nowhere to go with it, though. Trying to get to the outside. Oh, he got tight, though. As soon as he moved out of line, it's like a big wall of air was just there, and it caught the front of the race car. Almost put him in the wall. He did a good job keeping it off of it. But he lost a decent amount of ground. Can't say he's not trying. Can't get as big of runs in the Xfinity cars compared to the Cup cars on these super speedways, and you're seeing that played into effect all day today. You can get to the leader, but it's just really tough to get around him, especially if you don't have any help. And you get side draft with these cars, but it's not as good of a side draft as what you'd have in the Cup cars as well, because of the smaller rear spoilers in the Xfinity series. But Junior stays with him. Down the back straightaway, he's got another run, but again, he pokes out a line, and Herbst is able to block him off into turn three. He's got to be careful coming off the bottom of the track. He needs to make Junior pass him on the outside. And Junior is still not going away. Off of turn four, back to the inside again. Now he's there. Big side draft coming. Herbst will still lead the lap at the line. 10 laps to go at Daytona. Side by side for the lead again. Junior way up the track trying to side draft. Not a lot of air in between the two. And Jeffrey Earnhardt now to push his uncle to the lead. Earnhardt's 1-2 at Daytona late. Can they work together? Jeffrey tried to go up to block Riley Herbst, but he couldn't do it. Herbst gets the run on the outside. Another lead change at the line. Dale Jr. back to the lead with 9 laps to go. Joe Graff Jr. all over the back of the 18 trying to give him a shot. And now it's up to Dale Jr. to use that rear view mirror to his advantage and block. Because if he loses the lead again, you never know if he's going to be able to get it back. It's so hard to pass the leaders in this series on these super speedways. Especially without any help. That's why you see him move top to bottom. He has to control both lines as best as he can. And they are all over him right now. 8 to go at the line. There, 3 wide in the tri-oval from about, looks like 5th or 6th on back. Riley Herbst still leading the outside though. And Chad Fincham has pushed a couple guys to the lead. He's back there, but now it's Ray Black Jr. Oh, 3 wide for the lead down the backstretch there for a quick second. Junior got split, and he was stuck in the middle, finds himself back on the bottom all of a sudden. Ray Black Jr. gets loose off of turn 4, and it's Jeffrey Earnhardt to the lead. 7 to go, another lead change. And the 2 Earnhardts are still 1-2, but now they've swapped spots from the lap prior. Jeffrey not as fast, it looks like, at the front of the field as what Dale is. To the inside. Oh, he looked like he was going to block, but he couldn't do it. Junior had too big of a run. And they're side by side for the lead into turn 3 again. Junior goes up the track and he clears him off of turn 4. All by himself that time. He didn't need the help. Haven't seen him do that much today. Ethan, welcome to the stream. Just in time for a wild finish. 6 to go. I don't know how we've made it this far into this green flag run. We went green with 21 to go. And we've been in a situation where we had a big one probably about 10 different times, but we have still yet to have the big one tonight. Oh, Junior gets tight off in turn 2. He still holds on to the lead. Car's been all over the place all day. Martins has Colby Howard in the 15 behind him. Howard hasn't really been towards the front all day long, but he's here late. 5 laps to go. This time by for Dale Earnhardt Jr. to get another win in his career at Daytona. This time in the Xfinity Series opener here on NASCAR Heat 5. A win and you're in the playoffs. Assuming you can stay in the top 20 points, of course, but usually if you're capable of winning a race, you're more than capable to finish in the top 20 in points. Junior's controlling the pace of both lanes well now. And these guys can't wait, because if we get to the white flag, the next flag would end the race if the caution comes out or it's the checker. So they can't wait until the last lap. There's only 4 to go. Things are calm behind him, or at least as calm as they have been. Maybe not mid-pack, but directly behind Junior off of his back bumper. Martins is just not able to get a run on the bottom of the racetrack, and Jeffrey Earnhardt is kind of holding up the outside. I think they need a new car to lead that outside lane. Either that or the 07 needs to give him a shot again, like he did when they were on the bottom. And they're just not able to do it. Jeffrey pulls up to about second place that time. He had a big side draft down the backstretch. Held that 44 car on the inside back. Dale Jr. was in contention to win both stages today, but did not win either one of them, so no playoff points so far. 3 laps to go, though, in the race. Now he's going high. He's checking the outside lane. There are definitely more cars on the inside, and I think that's hurting the outside. Martins, oh boy, it looked like he might have tried to go up there and block, and that gave the 0 a bigger run, pulling him back in the side draft. Junior again checks the outside lane. Oh, he's trying to get back down to the bottom. He struggled there getting into 3. Car was a little tight on entry, but he was able to get back down anyway. 2 laps to go this time by. Look at the scrambling going around mid-pack and the lane changing going on back there. Junior's led now the last 5 laps. Can he lead the last 2 from this point on? A little loose in the center of the corner. He is hanging on to that thing. Foot on the throttle. Keeping the lines in check still. Third line is not formed up at the front of the field yet. Would not be surprised if it happens between now and the checkered flag. He's got to make sure he doesn't pull too far away from these guys, and he's done a great job not getting too far out ahead. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go at Daytona for Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's led different times throughout the course of the race, but he's got the advantage being in the lead late. We got a little loose in 1 and 2 again. That's the 2nd lap in a row he did that. Tommy Joe Martins on the bottom. In the 44 car, the 0, Jeffrey Earnhardt on the top. Dale Jr., of course, leading with a half a lap to go at Daytona. Now the push on the bottom. And the push on the top. It's time to bump track. Oh no, Junior couldn't get back down to the bottom. Martins is there. Junior trying to door check him in the center of the corner. He can't do it. He gets another push late. Colby Howard looking to get around the 44 of Martins. He looks high. He can't do it. Tommy Joe Martins with the last lap pass for the win at Daytona. Oh man, Junior tried to block the bottom, but the run was coming too fast into turn 3. And Tommy Joe Martins has just stolen the win on the last lap of the race at Daytona. A mistake you don't see Junior make on these kinds of racetracks, but he did here today. Tommy Joe Martins with the last lap pass for the win and was able to hold off Colby Howard coming to the checker. Junior went to the top down the back straightaway to block Jeffrey Earnhardt, because Earnhardt had the run after getting pushed by Ray Black Jr., and by the time he tried to come back down low, he just couldn't do it. Martins had a big run after getting pushed by Howard, and the teamwork to get around the 8 car late there will give Tommy Joe Martins the season opening win at Daytona. Junior scored the most stage points today. Along with the race points, he will be the points leader, but Tommy Joe Martins will get the win to start the season. Man. We'll take a look at that top 10 here. Tommy Joe Martins with the win. Colby Howard second. Dale Jr. third. Clements and Jeffrey Earnhardt round out the top 5. Ray Black Jr., Justin Allgaier, Joe Graff Jr., Austin Hill, and Harrison Burton round out the top 10. 84 minutes total time on the race today. That is an hour 24 minutes. 2 drivers DNF, CJ McLaughlin and Mike Harmon. We went the final 21 laps under green. 34 cars finished on the lead lap. Michael Annett won stage 1. Stage 2 was won by Ray Black Jr. And Tommy Joe Martins, of course, gets the win here today. Junior had the fastest lap of the race, 45.6 flat. And he led the most laps. 33 of the 120 laps led today was enough to lead the most, but not the most important, which was the last lap. He had to start from the rear as well, on top of all those things considered. Mike Harmon, who actually qualified well in third, was the first driver to DNF today, finishing last. Tough ending to his speed weeks here in this one. Well, as I saw in the chat, definitely painful, but we are going to likely have a great showing tomorrow because it will be the Daytona 500. I haven't had much luck in speed weeks. One way or another, we are here. We did win a stage in the truck race last night, but that has been the highlight of the week so far for speed weeks, that is, at Daytona. But the Daytona 500 will be tomorrow. Start time for that one will be at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so tomorrow afternoon. To give you guys plenty of time to watch that race, we will get done at a fairly early time as well. So I'm very excited for that one. So subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We got these full race live streams on the daily with NASCAR video games as well as other related NASCAR content. And with these full race live streams, we do a realistic broadcast, as you guys saw here tonight. Tommy Joe Martins gets the win in the Xfinity Series season opener at Daytona. Who will win the Daytona 500 tomorrow? We will try for another title with Ryan Blaney for NASCAR Heat 5 here when we get things started tomorrow. So the quest begins, and it starts with the biggest race of the year in the Daytona 500. So again, that is going to do it here tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you guys had fun. Hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the race commentary, the video in general, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.